So if you hear my Keurig over there, I am making a little cappuccino goodness because I need to wake up. I got up and took a shower. My mom and dad are on their way from Maryland. Provided they hit no traffic, it's going to take them approximately 3 hours to get to me. They were over at the CPAC convention all week. They were so excited they got to meet Donald Trump yesterday, which my mother loves. So I am going to go ahead and do a quick get ready with you. I haven't done my hair, I just blow dried it. Let me dump all my makeup I brought down here out. What I've already done is put my foundation on, and then my kind of bronzer on, and then I set my makeup. So we've done that already. And I promised you I was going to try to use this foiled again. What I think I'd like to do with this, yesterday I put it on and it does make a very dark foil on your eye. It's beautiful. But what I think I want to do is take it in and kind of put it in as an all over shade over my entire eye and lid. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this Too Faced palette that Favor had sent me, which has some beautiful brown, dark brown shades, and go in on the corners and darken it up. And then maybe come in a little bit on the lid with a little bit more of like a darker foil, or try this Milani Hypnotic Lights on the top of the lid over it. So we're going to play. And we're gonna see. There goes my cappuccino. I'm so ready for it. I got up. You know, it's the weekend, and you can't seem to. If you're on a schedule like me where you get up early every day, it's like the weekends you want to sleep in, but your body's like, nope, you're gonna wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. It sucks so bad. Oh gosh, I don't want the 3 times. I got my mirror. Let's not illuminate that 3 times. All right, so I'm just gonna get this on the. Okay, we're gonna go all over. See what this does. I don't know what's going to do for an all over. I hope it's not too strong, so we'll be finding out. Start in the corner, kind of move it all over. It's such a pretty shade. You know, a little something different that I'm doing because it is a foil shade that I'm doing all over. It's not often you do a shimmer all over your eyes. I mean, I'm going to put matte in the crease. We're going to see what this ends up looking like. So it's a beautiful, beautiful shade. I feel like there's a shadow right there. It's pretty. All right, so I'm going to do that again. This eye. I'm looking down, guys, because I got to look at my mirror. I can't. Hopefully it works okay for you. And this eye, I can already see you guys are going to have better lighting on. What I did is I flipped the way I was doing it. So tell me if you like this better. I flipped so you're seeing the back of my kitchen here. The window is in front of me, and I think for me that the lighting is better this way. But you guys let me know what your thoughts are. Yeah. That's pretty. That came out, I think that came out pretty good. All right, so next what I wanted to do is go in with a crease brush, and I was thinking about like how I was going to do this, and I want to darken up the corners, so I'm trying to see which one I want to go in here. I think I'm going to go in with this Bordeaux, which is right here. I don't know, I feel like that kind of matches a little bit, but maybe I should go in with this malted dark brown here. I think you know what? I think I'll try the mocha and see how dark it is. And if I like it, this is the mocha right here. If it's not dark enough, then I will darken it with one of those other darker colors. I don't think this is going to do it. Actually, yeah, I don't think this is going to do it. I think I'm going to have to go in darker. I want in a little. I'm going to go into that dark Malta shade and see what we get here. I was afraid to do too dark, but I think we're getting what I need. Just packing it in the corner there. Yeah, that's going to be better. I might just do the milani in the, like on this side, leave the foil on it, and then I might darken that up and then just do that sparkle glitter on this on the side there. We'll see. Pull this over a little for some definition. Goodness gracious, we need to blend. Making a mess this morning, guys. It's all good, right? It's all good. Makeup is about having fun. And as long as I make it so that I like it at the end, the middle process, I don't really care about. I do want to tell you guys some things as I'm working through this. So, my health. What's going on with my thyroid? I went the other day when I had this allergic reaction. She said, well, we think it's an allergic reaction. We're not really 100% positive. She said it could have been allergic reaction to something. It was dermatitis. It was, I mean, they were the size of quarters. They were so itchy. They put me on a steroid for it, which took it down a lot. But when they came down, they kind of looked like a bite, like maybe a spider bite. And I told you guys I have those allergic reactions to spider bites, which really scared me because we have dangerous spiders here. We have black widows. We have brown recluses here. So that actually makes me really nervous if there's a spider in my living room or my bedroom. I'll freak out about that. I worry about it every night now. So, so anyway, we don't know what that was, but she did another test. I'm going to pack in this, by the way, a little bit more halfway on the lid, and I think I am going to do the milani on the ends. Cat. That's my cat making noise over there. So, they did another blood test, and this time my blood test came back saying that I was hypothyroid. Before I was hyper, meaning I was losing weight. Now she said it's hyperthyroid, which is because my thyroid is pretty much burned out. It's just totally burned out because she said it's just wore itself out. And so she thinks it's failing. And now it's going into hypo mode. So I've stabilized at around 153 pounds. It's about where I've been at now for about the last 3 weeks or so. And I don't think it's going to be changing unless I diet or do something to make it change. Ooh, what was that? There was just like a big crash in the house. I'm sure it was an animal. So anyway, she took the blood test that came back. She wanted me to come back in another month and have it done again. And I said, well, kind of what's the point of doing it again? Why don't we just take me to the, I mean, we know my thyroid's messed up. Let's just go to the specialist instead of waiting another month on something we know's messed up. By the way, I'm going in with, the bottom line with this dark truffle. We know it's messed up, so it's already been 2 months. Why do I have to wait another month? Let's just get me to the specialist. So she's like, oh, well, you could do that if you want. She was just going to, on her own, start me on a thyroid medicine. Granted, this is the same nurse practitioner. I only saw her when I had those hives all over me because I didn't have my regular doctor wasn't there. And he's the one who told me to go to the specialist. But this is the same girl that I try not to see if I don't have to because she prescribed, I think she diagnosed me wrong years ago. Anyway, she put me on Lyrica, and she put me on the highest dose you can put a person on that you, and I had a severe reaction to it. It was too much too fast. I'd never been on the medicine. She put me on this high dose, and I did some research on it, and it said you're supposed to start at a certain milligram and work your way up. And she started me at the high level, so I had this horrible reaction. I almost went to the ER. I was extremely sick. My boyfriend was so worried about me. It was the worst. It was the worst. So I try not to see her if I don't have to. I also feel she's like a little bit of a judgy kind of a doctor. She's actually a nurse practitioner. But I have another nurse practitioner I see that I'm friends with who's amazing. Her husband and my ex-husband are friends. They went through the academy together. So I've known her for like a super long time. And I think I'm going to go along the top line with this brown too, this dark brown. just at least some of it, and then I'll get that milani stuff on. So then, so I told her, I said, I'm just going to go to see the specialist. We're just going to start with the specialist. And she was like, whatever, that's fine, blah, blah, blah. I feel like I need this wet to do this on the top line. I really didn't do anything. Just skip it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm definitely going to be going to a specialist to get that taken care of. I'm kind of stressed out. I'm not sure if it's actually that my thyroid is burned out or if it's that it's just fluctuating up and down. So either way, we're going to get that looked at. I was halfway filming yesterday. Like I was filming a video for you guys and my daughter came in. I don't know if you noticed there was, you know, there's a couple starts and stops. I'm putting the milani in the corners. And I got some really bad news. Some tragic news. So, a friend of ours. This was a friend more a friend when I was married. And I was married, if you didn't know, I was married for 18 years to someone, same person. That's all my kid's father. And I'm trying to think about how much I should say and just to be respectful to the family. Their son is 19 years old. He is 6 months older than my daughter. We were there the day he was born in the hospital to go see them, and we have spent countless camping trips with them. I babysit this kid when he was a little guy. He slept over our house a lot. He ended his life yesterday. Yeah, he's 19. So the kid had problems, severe problems. And I'm not going to get into all of that, but it was known that he had some issues, mental health issues and some abuse issues. And I just feel like this is just such a tragedy and it could have been prevented. So now this is another funeral of a child that I have to go to. It's just so sad. Sorry guys, it's just so sad. His mother found him. And as a mom, how do you move on with your life? I'm gonna ruin all this makeup I just put on. The reason I'm telling you guys, this is another friend that was a friend, my son, my Drew. Drew Drew's my middle son. He's lost so many friends. So many. Most of them to drinking and driving. This is the second one to suicide. Parents, take care of your kids. Don't give up on them. Don't kick them out of the house when they're difficult. I can't even tell you how many my daughter comes home and is like, yeah, so-and-so's mom kicked her out of the house. She told me a story just yesterday, actually, that her friend, I don't know if they're really good friends, but one of the girls in her class, her mother told her to put makeup on and said, you need to put makeup on every day because you're ugly. And if you don't put makeup on, you're going to get made fun of. The girl didn't want to wear makeup, and her mother kicked her out of the house. I mean, what the hell? What is wrong with parents? What is wrong with parents? Like, our world is falling apart. It's just falling apart. And I just feel like, where are the good parents? Where are the people that love their children and take care of them and don't give up on them? Even my own ex-husband kicked both my boys out of the house. Both of them. When they became too difficult for him to handle. And I took them. And I told both of them. I told all my children, I will never give up on you. No matter how much of an asshole you are. Because sometimes they're assholes. I will never give up on them. I will never give up on them. And parents, we need to stand together and we need to be strong. This was a preventable death. It was a preventable death if the child would have gotten the help he needed. And those parents have to live with that for the rest of their lives. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. We have to do something. Hold up. All right. Well, that gave me a minute to try to compose myself. There was a cat out on the deck, and my dogs went insane. I think they can see my cats. They're all in the window here. And so it's a kitty I've never seen before. We do have quite a few kitties that come around, and my dogs go crazy. They get along with my cats because they know they have to, but not necessarily strange cats out there. They would hurt that cat. So anyway, guys, so I don't want to start crying again, so I'm just gonna tell you that take care of your babies. If you're gonna have them, be responsible. Take care of them. Pay attention. Know who their friends are. I actually have all my kids' friends that they are really close with. I have their numbers in my phone. When I meet them, I get it. It annoys my son, but if I can't get a hold of my son, I will call his friends and I will say, "Hey, have you heard from Drew? Have you seen Drew?" My hair's getting frizzy. And they always have Drew call me, and so it's nice. They're very respectful, and it's nice. So my son gets aggravated. He gets really aggravated. He's like, "You always call me friends and you'll freak out." And I was like, "It's because I love you. I always want to know where you are. If I can't reach you, I worry. I worry sick about my children. So, yeah, I'm gonna want to know where you're at, and I'm gonna call your friends. I'm gonna find out." I usually can always find my child. If I almost always can find him, and he's 20. So you should know where your kids are at all times. And even when they're kind of they think they're adults, right? Because clearly they're not. So I know it annoys my children how much of I don't know, they think it's controlling. I think it's parenting. So I'm going to put a little liner on my top eyes. I just feel naked without it. I just feel naked without the bottom and the top. That one came out a little dark, but I'm not worried about that because that runs down after an hour and it's not super dark anymore. So I got this eyeko is what I've been using for my top lash. It's the best thing I found. I don't, this one might be a little dried out though. I'm not sure. Yeah, so, and I'm a little, oops, fudge. I'm a little irritated. I have to make it kind of thick. I'm a little bit irritated with my ex because, I gotta fix that. Oh, you know what that is? I thought I got all that off. I got glue on my lashes from yesterday. I thought I got all that off. Oh well. I'm a little irritated with my ex because he did not call me and tell me. He called all three of my children and let all three of my kids know, and he didn't even think about it because that was Drew's friend, and Drew's the one that's lost 6 million friends, and Drew was out with his buddies when my ex delivered the information. If he had called me first, like I would have done for him, I would have told him to hold off on telling Drew until Drew was home today. He was out with his friends, and that could have been a recipe for disaster. Depending on how he took the news, he could have went out and drank. And I don't understand my ex. He doesn't think things through. And it's not oh, let me call my ex-wife and tell her so we can tell the kids together and figure out how to tell the children. This is not an easy thing to tell your kids, No, he just called all of them before he ever told me. I found out from my children. I was so pissed off. And then he's like, well, I was going to tell you. I was like, yeah, as the last person on the face of this earth you were going to tell me when you had to. And he probably wouldn't have even done that. He probably would have just let the kids tell me, which is what happened. I told him just at the very least, let me know when the funeral is so that I can bring the kids and we can go to that. I haven't talked to his mother in years. We used to be friends. And when things got bad between my ex and I, at the time, she was still together with her husband, who's a police officer, with my husband. They're like best buds. So we did a lot together. But when we were going through our separation, she was very nasty to me and we parted ways. Shortly after that, she divorced her husband. So, by the way, I'm using my hair is getting in the way. I'm using the It Cosmetics Superhero. I feel like my liner on the top is like a little bit too dark today, but it's because I screwed up, so it's just going to have to be. So, sorry about that, guys. It's a little heavy. I don't love this. People love this mascara. It's chunky. It clumps. I mean, you can see I made a mistake, but you can see it's clumping. Can you see that? It's like clumping. And it breaks apart. And by the end of the night, like if you rub your eyes, you're going to have like black all over the bottom of your eyes. I know some people swear by this though. They love it. I like something that separates, lifts, and lengthens, but without the clumps. The clumps is what I don't like on mascara. All right, I'm going in with, I guess I'll use this because I forgot my, upstairs I left my blush brush up there. So I'm just going to use this. This is the Moodstruck pressed blush by Unique that I showed you guys in the color Sisterly. So I'm just going to use that. It's a nice kind of peachy tone. And I'm just going to use my blend brush. Just put a little bit on. A little bit of color. Yeah, so we got a day ahead of us. I don't know how my son feels. I haven't had a chance to talk to him. He came home at 4 o'clock in the morning. He's had to be a pallbearer at his best friend in the whole world's funeral, who was hit a tree when he was drinking and driving, and that was sad tragedy. They had somebody who offered him a ride home that night, and he's like, "Nope, I'm good," and then he died. So that destroyed my son. This one is not as detrimental as far as how close my son was with this child, but it's still gonna take its toll on him. I know it is. All right, I have the Ofra highlighter, and I think I'm going to use the, sometimes I swirl them all together, but I think I'm going to actually use this white one. It's my favorite. I'm just going to use that. This I want to go away. I wish I could, I don't know what to do. This is like a skin, I don't know. It was like, maybe like I picked a pimple too many times. It could be a scar, but it's a raised piece on my chin, on my face there, and I've done exfoliating to try to like get rid of it, and it just won't go away, and it makes me like, I don't like it every time I see it. So I thought about going to see a dermatologist to see is there anything that they can do. I'm also going to use this as a highlight up here under my brow. Grab my coffee and put my lipstick on, and I'll be done for the day except for my hair. I thought I brought that lipstick down here. I'm going to try that lipstick from ColourPop, so hold on. All right, so I got my my cappuccino I made in this cute little mug that came from Target. They have like a black one and a white one. That is so good. So I'm using the Luxe Gimme Some Lip ColourPop in the color Hey Mr. DJ. I'm going to try this on. And then I'm going to wipe down the whole kitchen. Then I'm going to go up and do my hair. I don't know if I should just leave my hair down today and put, I have some like spray oil so that it's not so frizzy. Right now there's nothing in my hair. This is what it looks like if I don't put anything in it. And actually the curl has been or the wave has not been as wavy as normally it is. And I think that's because of, my friend was telling me, who has hypothyroid, that it changes your hair. Hers got more curly. Mine might be getting less. We'll see. I don't know. But I might just put some spray oil in it and leave it today. I'm not sure what to do. It's really full today. So let's put this on. don't know if this is the best color for me. What do you guys think? Not a color I normally wear, but I do think it looks really good with this cardigan. I kept this cardigan. I think I got this cardigan from, was it Trendsend? I don't know. You guys probably remember better than I do. I can't remember where I get all this stuff. So yeah, I guess that looks okay, but there's the finished look, guys. That's all I did today. I got to go upstairs and spray it to set it. I didn't bring my setting spray down. And this eye is obviously giving me some trouble right there because there's glue. You can see right like there and there I have glue. And I used a makeup remover and it's still there. So that's why I don't like using lashes, because that's what happens. They like tear your eyelashes off and they leave residue and it's hard to get off. It's just a pain in the dupa, but they do look so pretty. So anyway, anywho, so that is my look of the day on a Sunday. That's what I did. It didn't help that I cried, but it's something to cry over. It's, if you're going to cry over something, that's a good one to cry over. Kind of like this. I didn't really talk about this, but this is the Milani Topper Luster Light in 01 Luster Light. I'm going to just show this as a swatch on my hand for you guys, but I did really like this. So this, I've got a TJ Hall to do with you, and I've got a bunch of the Stila. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I mean, that's just pretty. And then if you shear it out, like if you wanted to do it all over, let's see what it looks like. Oh, that's so pretty. So yeah, if you shear it all out, it's just a beautiful, like, swatch of glitter over your eye. That would be beautiful. I just did that here in the corner and then I blended it in. And when I like how it came out, I think that's very pretty. So, nice. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little get ready with me. I'm going to head out. I might come back if I have time and do the TJ Maxx haul with you. I want to do swatches of all of those glitter and glow things that I found. I found so many. I didn't even look. I might have some shimmer and glow and some glitter and glow, but I got a bunch of them. So I'm going to take a look at that. And I'm going to clean up, do the dishes, wipe everything down, clean the table right now, and get everything kind of looking nice here for my mom when they get here. So I'll see you guys all in a little bit. Bye-bye.